Hello, welcome to the Truth Runs Deep. My name is Terryn,
I'm Callie.
and we're here to talk about all things Law and Order, the Mothership, SVU, organized crime, and more, and also fanfic writing. In today's episode, do we have any pre-episode stuff that we want to talk about? What happened in the past week? I don't even remember. What
Think,
happened in the past? What happened last week? I mean, I know what happened in the episode.
um,
Actually, I know.
the only thing they got is that we got new pics of Raul because there is theater stuff
Yes, we
happening.
did.
But,
And yeah.
uh,
We saw more. Oh, we did see more like Rolly C wedding stuff.
oh
Did see
yeah,
that. A couple
because
more pictures of
whoever's giving
that.
like be careful, but also thank you so much.
Yeah, don't be giving away too
Because
much
we're
now. I want to keep it a secret. I want to know everything
but
right
at the
now.
same time, like we know that it's going to be okay.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
yeah, we can only hope.
knock on something. All right.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's all
It's
the
very
pre-stuff.
thick
I don't
disc.
know.
Yeah, that's all that we know of that I can think of. We don't
Oh,
have anything really this week.
I don't know if I don't know if the voting is still up, but
The
Mariska
PCAs.
and
Yeah,
ICU are
yeah.
both nominated.
Let me check.
PCA's FBU itself is
What?
also nominated.
Yeah, SVU's nominated twice, I think. Or is Mariska nominated twice? Something. I
I
think
know
Mariska's
Mariska,
nominated twice for
I
two
know
other
Marisha's
things.
gotten one before because she did like that video for everybody while she was still on set. So
Uh, hold on.
okay,
Let me check. I will check real quick. I think it's still going, but if it is, I will put it in the link of the pod. Oh, until never. What's today? November 9th. So Wednesday. Well, the day this episode goes up is the last day you can vote. So if you're not doing it by then, or I'll remember the link
sorry.
to the PCA is in my when I do the episode description. So if today,
Okay.
well, when it is today, it's currently Sunday. But when it's today, when you're listening to this, go vote. Come on, go do it. It'll take you literally
Okay.
takes you like a couple minutes. It won't take much of your time at all.
Yeah.
Literally go do it, okay?
Okay.
That's all. That is all. Okay,
That's all.
back to work. I feel jittery. I don't know what's wrong with me. Okay, anyway, sorry. Here we go.
All right. So the Law and Order episode, Vicious Cycle, the one that Taryn and I and our friend Steph had been waiting for, because it was Sam centric. Yay!
Yeah, then I feel kind of
Yay!
never mind. We'll talk about that when we get to fic writing. Sorry, I was like, then I feel kind of bad for what we did, but it's okay.
Well, I was literally like trying to think of everything in the episode. I'm like, are we good?
Yeah.
Did we
Yeah.
do stuff accurately? Yes, we did. Sort of. Well, anyway,
bad ponies. You're real bad ponies. Bad ponies. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, I was not paying attention to the opening because I was just like, okay, where's all the Sam stuff?
Literally.
It literally all I remember is like a fashion. It's like a fashion gala.
Yeah, I do remember.
Thing.
Yeah, I
And
do
there's
remember
this
that
like
part.
white guy with a beard, and he's
talking
like
about
the leader.
He's talking about some
Harry
stuff, and then it's like, bam, he's
talking
dead.
about stuff. And nothing we know. Yeah,
he's dead.
So
Literally, it's like
and Shaw are there. Cosgrove. This is what I love about these things. Cosgrove had no clue who this guy was, and Shaw was like wearing some of his stuff. So
like,
just
oh.
that dynamic is fun. He's like, "Am I supposed to know who this is?" And Shaw's like, "Yeah, you are."
Yeah.
So they do some research. At like the precinct, they find out his name, Perry Sutton. They find out he has a girlfriend who was like last seen with him. So Cosgrove and Shaw go talk to her, and actually, they find out first that she's being stalked too, as well. Cosgrove and Shaw go to talk to her, and she pulls a gun on them.
Yeah,
pulls the gun out of her purse, points it at them, and they're like, "No, whoa, no." And then they arrest her because
she pulled a gun on them.
Weapon at a cop. They find out that she has nothing to do with it. I think she said there was an alibi or something. I don't remember. And the big piece of information we get is like that Perry had a watch on, but then it wasn't on the body. The watch was gone. So Cosgrove and Shaw have to go to like this warehouse where, because there's a GPS tracker in the watch, so they track it to this warehouse. And then this is fun because like it's like a garage grate, and like half of it was open, and then they like stare at it.
They're always tucking and rolling. They're always rolling on tuck and roll every time.
They tuck and rolled under the thing and then walk in the warehouse, and they find this guy who was literally like hoarding all of this stuff. He's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. What do you mean about a watch? They find the watch in his bag. They arrest him. The guy's like, I have nothing to do with this. I just sell my stuff.
Yeah.
Everything. And then they bring, this is the first time we see Sam in the episode. Yay. And they bring her in.
We were all about this. Was all there's a scene we're talking about later. That one that I recorded. You make sure you saw it again. We'll talk about that later. Sorry. I get excited about that.
Yeah. There's so many things that we were excited about. They fed us. Crumbs, but they fed us. Anyway, they bring Sam in to do the interrogation, and they're talking to this guy's lawyer. And I don't know how we get to it, but the guy looks right at Sam and says, "Child, please." And Sam immediately shoots back with, 1, I'm not a child.
I was like, oh.
2, law stuff. And I'm literally like, what are you doing calling Sam a child?
No. I was like, she is a good lawyer.
Wrong.
Thank you.
Also, I think, like, Odela's like 33, so
no one actually knows. I feel like we looked this up one time, but no one can seem to answer this question.
We got 2 different ages. Anyway, she's in like late 20s, early 30s, around like there, that. I think.
No one knows accurately. Close enough.
She's not a child. She's been doing this for a while, but you keep that kind of comments out of your mouth, sir. But she literally handled it well. She's like, 1, I'm not a child. Go now. So we find out from the guy, I forget what his name is. I think his name was Henry, but nope, that's organized crime.
That's the wrong show. I was like, wrong show, not Henry. Could be.
No. Anyway, I can't remember his name. Anyway, they get some more information about like this guy that the man uses to like sell his stuff. The Cosgrove and Shaw go to talk him down, and literally the whole purpose of this conversation is the guy does not think he's doing anything wrong. He literally doesn't even think stealing is illegal.
Well,
they go into like part of the so they're literally having this conversation of like, this guy doesn't even think stealing is illegal. A lot more like back and forth, like Shaw Cosgrove thing of like how the police system is nowadays versus how it was, etc. Again, do not remember the details. I was just like, where is Sam? Because in the
literally all I thought about was Sam.
Something about her making a mistake. So the entire time I was watching
literally saved it until the end. Well, hopefully if you're watching the podcast, you watched the episode. So they literally saved it to the end. We're like, bro, the last like 15 minutes was that. And I was like,
we're like, okay, what's the mistake gonna be?
Literally,
so it's literally shaking the entire time, be like, oh my god, what is going? It's going to be. Is she going to be okay?
Literally.
We find out like the guy who like doesn't think stealing's illegal has like a friend who also doesn't think stealing is illegal, and literally went to a convenience store with a giant duffel bag.
Was it about to?
Because they were trying to find out who owned the red duffel bag that was in the warehouse, and literally just starts putting things in his bag, and the store owner is like, you need to pay for that. And you know, the guy punches him or gets that to an altercation, and then a good Samaritan shows up to stop it. The good Samaritan being Perry Sutton.
Yeah.
So now they have the person who of interest who
we thought we might have been the bad guy was not the bad guy. They were the one who died.
Yeah. And they find out, so the guy who was putting all the stuff in the duffel bag at the convenience store, his name is Nick Castillo. They go to his apartment to go get arrested, and he's in the hospital because he got shot. And I was like, wow, this over already? No, he was fine. And they arrested him in his hospital room. We find out later that there's he had been arrested 107 times before. Nothing has happened.
Literally, that's like 107 times a lot. Like, what are you like?
That's the whole thing. Like, how do you get arrested 107 times and have nothing
Never
happen to you?
Yeah.
They were literally like Violet like pulled up his thing, and they literally pages upon pages of his criminal record and nothing.
Literally.
They're like, okay, so obviously this guy did this because they had the connection to they kind of had the connection to the watch. They had him in the video with him. So Nolan took this to trial.
Yes.
The
defense attorney was, I don't even know her name, but she was a lot.
I don't remember, but she is the actress herself is a repeat offender. She played Hector Ramirez's mother from the
Yeah, she looks
series.
familiar, but I couldn't remember who she was. She did look familiar.
For context, Hector Ramirez is the boy that Louis Hoda kidnapped and things to and killed.
That case. She didn't go great.
That case. So his mother, the actress who played his mother, played the defense attorney in this episode. It was weird to see her play a villain because she's usually like the only time I've seen her is like playing this sweet mom who just wants her son to know what happened to her son, and now she's playing a defense attorney who's mean, and I'm like, okay. So she argues that they can't use any of the prior arrests. Yeah. Because it would be more prejudicial than probative. Yeah. The judge agrees, so none of the 107 arrests can be mentioned in the opening
107 statement. Still, that's gotta be shook. I was kind of drunk.
How? Even my dad was like, "This guy has 16 pages of stuff. How are you still?"
They had a thick file, and they were like, "No, you can't use any of that. Sorry."
So they're like, "Okay, you should be in jail." So they're literally like talking about stuff before the trial. Don't remember what the contents of this was, but I said that Nolan calls them Sam, and I was like, ah. Then we go to trial, and Price is trying to do his opening.
Literally, and it's kind of funny, but it's not.
It was funny, but also not, because she literally stands up and objects, and Nolan turns around and says, "To object to my opening, what the hell is going on?" I thought it was funny. Like
he was like, "Bro, didn't even get to make my point yet." This guy wasn't even like.
And she got it.
She was so conscious. Like, yeah, he's like, if you say the judge was like, if you do it again, I will hold you with contempt. And he was like, she was like,
Price is literally like, I just need to get my freaking finish my sentence. So after the opening statement, we transition to a scene where Sam, Cosgrove, and Shaw are all looking over like files, seeing if there's anything they could use against Castillo that they don't already have. Shaw finds the file and he's like, "Maroon, did you see this?" He hands it to Sam and she looks it over and she sees a case, and Shaw's like, "That was your case." So Sam did not remember what it was about, but it was back like when she was first starting out as a lawyer. It was one of like her first slew of cases, because when you're a lawyer in the beginning, they literally give everything to you that none of the like
the higher ups get to do. They're like the little things.
So she had that, and she's like, "No, don't remember this." So Sam was also bringing Castillo to trial for, I think, theft, robbery, something like that. as she started talking about it, she remembered that there was a witness. She couldn't do anything about it because the witness didn't really have the best English. They had a problem with the translator. They never called her back. It would have been something that would have put Castillo in prison, but like she couldn't do anything about it. She just forgot about it.
Yeah.
And had to move on. The other big point of it was that Castillo had a gun. Sam had no idea because it was never put in the police report. Because the witness that she never called back knew it, tried to tell her, but again, English is a problem.
Yeah.
Couldn't say it. So then we transitioned to Sam and Nolan talking in his office. She's kicking herself. She's like, how did I miss this? And then we get first supportive Nolan line of the day.
Yes.
It's a mistake any of us could have made. And I was like, yay, he's supporting her. Supportive. I was worried we were really getting mad at her.
Yeah. I figured we were kind of like working our way out of that. So he was always gonna be. He's like seems really their bond has changed, and I'm like,
he was slightly angry, but only because he was trying to make sense of things.
Yeah, but that's how he does though. So I wasn't expecting him to not
ruin the case. But he wasn't like mad at her. He was like mad at the situation itself.
Yeah.
So we go to the trial. The witness that now has better English testifies and mentions the gun, and basically things are going okay. Sort of. The defense attorney is like poking holes in the woman's testimony and kind of realizing that there's more to it that Sam knew that didn't do anything about, but the witness was saying it now. Then we get the scene where they're walking outside the courthouse together, and this man, it's always the same man who does it.
He must always be working.
It's always just a random person who literally walks up to and is like, Sam Maroon? Like, yeah. And hands her a file, like, you've been served. And then we get the scene. I didn't notice it first, and you did.
I did. And I watched it. And I watched it the second time because I watched this episode multiple times for another reason I can't talk about. But yeah, they were like, she gets the they're like Sam and Nolan are like standing there, and she gets the vape. Like he's like he holds his hand out to get her bag. Like he's the one initiating. Like he holds her bag as he reads.
I thought she just handed it to him. I didn't know. No,
I think he holds. Wait, hold on. I think he holds his hand out. Actually, hold on. One more time.
We'll find out.
I start choking. Hold on. Let me check one more time because I recorded it on my TV.
Either way.
No, she holds it out to him. She holds it. She like holds her hand out, and then
he didn't have to take it. He took it. He took the bag anyway.
No, the gentleman. That's it.
She took her bag so he could open the file, and then finds out that the defense is calling her to testify on their behalf. Yeah, it got weird.
We kind of knew that, but like that was the thing we knew. We just didn't know why or how. Yeah, or all the things.
It was in the summary, but we had no idea why. And then we transitioned to like Nolan's like, no. Nolan's
like not about that.
In the judges' chambers, and Nolan's first point, basically big point, is she can't testify on a case she's prosecuting.
Yeah, there's like a literally like how this works.
That literally she prosecutes, you get other witnesses. Not call up my co-chair to testify for you. Then the defense attorney is like, she had all this information that she did not give. We need to know. It could I don't know. something of a, I think they said something of a, like potentially showing bias.
Yeah, there's a bunch of things that didn't. They're like, well, didn't
And
we
a
already do
whole
that?
bunch of other things. And then Nolan's like, saying like all these reasons why she can't do it, and then we got the second supportive line of the night.
Oh man.
Also trying to humiliate my colleague in the process.
No, so man.
Protective Nolan.
If y'all have not listened to the last couple episodes, we talk about how much we ship them and our little shipper hearts can handle this. Sorry. And go back to listen to the last like 2 or 3 episodes. We talked about it, but
well, the judge thinks everything over, and for whatever reason, says that Sam still has to testify. So we literally transitioned to the courtroom, and Sam is in the witness box, and the defense attorney is staring at her, and I'm like, this is so weird.
Yeah,
this is so weird. And you could tell she was like,
she was nervous.
She was nervous. Like even as a lawyer, she's like as good as she is. She's like, because she knew she made a mistake. She had to like word her answers simply to like one word or one sentence answers, or she was going to tank this entire case. And you could see her tearing up and getting nervous, and I was like shaking. But while the defense attorney is literally grilling her, Nolan is doing any objection he could possibly think of to protect her, because he could see that she's getting upset and this is not going well. He did not want her to do this. And then Nolan steps up.
This part was her. Yeah, this part was so good.
This is so good. This is so good. Not just like ship worthy,
not shipper worthy, but the actual thing is so good. Like
it was like he didn't do anything about the case. He didn't do anything about like what she knows about Castillo. He went directly to her career as a lawyer, all the good that she's done as a lawyer already. He asked her,
praises her,
could Sam was a little thrown off of her question by his question, because his first question was like, how many arraignments did you do in when you first started? And she's like, a lot.
It was a lot. I don't remember how many she said, but it was a lot for
she literally said it was like 3-4 day. And then he's asking her like how many, like, because the point he was trying to make is that the Castillo case was only one of her cases. She had so many she had to think of, so many she had to organize. Everybody makes mistakes. And one of the lines that he said that he focused on was like, tell me how many people you've helped. And even Sam was like, but now on the shipper side, the fact that that's a question he asked her and wanted her to say, that's how I'm going to do this for you. This is how I'm going to help you.
Yeah.
Tell the jury how many people you've helped because of how amazing you are at your job.
Yeah, and I was like, oh man, sorry. The fact that was the question he asked her, it was like affirming that you do good work. And I was just like,
exactly. So it kind of goes well, but like the jury is still like and then at the end of the night, like Sam goes to her office and Jack is sitting in there, and then that's where we get the line from the promo. She's like, are you here to fire me?
Fire me?
And Jack is like, no. Should I? No, he says, I know who you are, Miss Maroon. And I'm like, because Adela did like a interview the other day, and it was like a word association thing with all the Law and Order cast. So they gave him like a series of words, and one of the words was McCoy, I think, and Sam called him. Adela said he was like a papa bear, and I think we got some of that in the scene with Sam.
He cares about her.
He cares about her, and he also knows that she's an incredible lawyer.
Yeah.
Another thing is like at the there was a lot of conversation, but like the main point at the end was there's no time for self-pity. Figure out how to put the gun in Castillo's hands. You know, McCoy with his wise words and everything. So Sam is literally looking over all of her files, seeing what
10 minutes before it blows up. 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. And then she remembered the witness from earlier, the guy who thought stealing wasn't illegal. It was like, so then the next scene we get is him testifying. They made it clear up front that he got a deal for testifying.
Yeah.
But still.
Stealing is a crime. No, don't be stealing.
We still need a deal.
Don't be stealing, kids.
Basically explaining how like the main guy in the warehouse gave him and Castillo guns on the same day to go get all their stuff that they sell. And that because the same gun that Castillo had, like a fancy named revolver, was the same gun used to shoot Terry Sutton.
Yep.
So the verdict is read, and I'm shaking at this point because please let this go well. Nick is found guilty. Sam has fixed her mistake, but you could see, like, literally, like, they're usually she's like smiling, like after good verdicts, packing up her briefcase. That's it. This time, she let out a huge sigh of relief. You could see the relief cross her face. And then she went to go pack her briefcase because she's literally like, oh, thank God. Justice was served at the end of the day. And I was able to fix the mistake that I made. And then we get the Nolan Sam scene at the end. And I love this because literally Nolan goes to like check on her. She's literally just doing work. He goes to leave, and
he
then
walks backwards. He goes up and he backs up.
He walks backwards
because he's like saying some stuff. Then he says this part. They say some kind of stuff, and then he starts walking to leave. He walks back. It was like,
he's like, yeah, he's like he needs to say this. He's like, oh my God. He says, thank you, and she says, for what? And at first, when I like, because I was literally like freaking out over the fact that he said thank you. I first thought the line was being who you are, which I would have absolutely loved if that was the line. It was not. The line is thank you. She says for what? He says winning the trial.
Yeah,
so he basically gives all the credit to her.
Yeah. Oh man.
We won the trial.
Literally, they own my heart.
Unfortunately, Sam still blames herself.
Yeah.
If she had done the things that she had done her job right the first time, Nick Castillo would have been in jail a long time ago, and Perry Sutton would have not been dead. That's the end of the episode.
Yep.
All right, how many stars do you give this?
4.5.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, I just say 4 because like case stuff itself, like in the beginning, I was like,
yeah, it dragged along.
Once we started,
it kind of dragged a bit.
Once
we stopped dragging, it was all good.
Once we started getting into the juicy stuff with Sam, it was good. Please give me more Sam-centric episode.
Yep.
Because
like it was so good.
Every layer of Sam in one episode. They got her badassness, her brilliance, and that she is still human and gets anxious and upset, and all of the layers.
All the layers. It was so good. I love that one.
Also, the No Lamb.
No, we haven't given them a ship name, but we're going with No Lamb, I guess.
I think that's what like the fandom has come.
Yeah, we occasionally find a random person on Twitter, and then we go talk to them.
Yeah,
like, yo,
we got No Lamb.
We're on the train.
We're on the train.
Yeah, we've been on the train. Can't stop now. We've been riding them. We've been riding them a bit, but we can't talk about that yet. But eventually,
all right.
Let's this says Zoom has 5 minutes, so I think we'll make another one so we don't have to worry about this getting into SVU and then it like kaboom.
We'll be back.
We'll be back. I didn't get a new water. I need some water too. I didn't get any water. Okay. Oh, okay. We were recording. I was scared for a second. I was like, wait a second. Then I pushed record. We pushed record. We're good. Okay. Hold on. BRB. Well, actually, I'll just stop. We're back again.
We're back.
A little snack. Well, I got a little snacky snack.
I'll get one. Right now it's SVU time, and we got stuff to talk about.
Oh boy, it started off. It started off good.
We literally were like, here you go. Okay, so the first thing in the opening is we see Amanda doing a seminar for future criminologists. Man, that is a hard word to say.
Criminologist.
There's not a lot of people there, but you know, she's doing a seminar.
I'm so proud.
The seminar is on human sexual deviancy, and Sunny is in the audience supporting her.
Yes, he's so smiling and happy. I was
I don't fully remember everything in the seminar, but the main point they got, she's good at this.
Yep.
Like, she's really good at this. Like, even though it's her first seminar, it seemed very natural for her. Also, Kelly performing it. Chef's kiss.
Oh, good.
So good.
Like, hopefully Amanda's future career is doing this. I would be okay with that.
Me too.
Because you know because occasionally she could still be on SVU if they want her to guest star. It's still doable. You know?
Like, the theory going around now, literally from this clip and everything, and the fact that one of the episodes coming up, it says that Amanda gets faced with a new opportunity, is that Amanda is going to turn in her badge, which unfortunately we know is happening. I think we all knew that was happening, but we were all like, okay, what's next? Is it good? Is it bad? The theory going around right now is that she's going to become a professor, which
I'd be okay with.
Don't think anybody expected. Like, if you look back where Amanda first started, I don't think professor was anywhere in anybody's radar. But now, seeing how much she's grown, seeing her doing the seminar, the best case scenario would be that she gets to stay. The next best case scenario is that she's happy and she's professor. Like, I will be fully okay with this.
Yeah, because it still leaves room for guest starring, you know? Still a need for SV.
Yeah, exactly. You know? It leaves room for guest starring. It's a way for her to help.
Yeah. It's a very Amanda.
Future, like, maybe possibly victims, but also future criminologist people want to go in the victim advocacy field, cops, all that. Also, if they're not gonna everybody's theory was also that Barbara would become a professor. So if they're not giving me Professor Barbara, I'll take Professor Rollins.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So Kelly was awesome at this.
So good.
I was in trance. I was like Kelly's.
But I told you I sent you the video of my reaction to the next scene, but you know.
Well, Kelly's performance is always good, but just watching her teach shows, I'd go back to college and take one of her courses.
I'd go change my degree. If I change my degree, you know, I'm almost done.
Yeah.
I change my.
I go back. Do one course. So the main thing is that, for her topic, human sexual deviancy, is that it's kind of compulsive. Like, once it starts, it grows. But it's a controlled burn, which is where the episode title comes from. It's a small fire. It then burns and grows. Then we get some of the
The background, the like story part.
The story part. There's this dude that's and like I don't know if it's like a real estate or like law broker or whatever. Yeah. Big company.
Yeah, big
is literally leaves the office at the meeting, goes to talk to one of his coworkers. He's like, will you come to this party with me? And she's like, no, not again. What about your wife? You know, lovely, all that kind of stuff. And he said, my wife's out. She knows. Apparently they're happily married but see other people.
I guess y'all are swingers or something. I don't know. Yeah. I guess so.
Not really have to bring that up again.
I did. I said it on purpose too. I said that word on purpose too. What saying?
Anyway, he's like looking around. He's like, who else can I ask? Because she said no. He finds like one of the hardest working. Like, I don't usually like just using this word to describe women, but plain. Because she was like by like stereotypical standards, she was plain. Blouse, glasses, the nerd type plain effect.
Yeah.
He asked her to go to this party with
him. Nothing really special about her. She was just
But he working. He plays it off as it's a work party.
It was not a work.
It was not a work party. And then I literally zoned out for a second because I know it caught me off guard. Yeah. And then one of my parents went, oh, and I looked up on the TV and I was like, damn. So the next scene we get is Amanda and Sunny back in the apartment. Amanda literally kisses Sunny so hard, literally pushes Sunny into a wall, kisses him so hard that she accidentally bites his lip.
No,
literally they're kissing, they go into the wall. I wrote down the dialogue because it was so good. Sunny,
it was.
Sunny of all people says, "Don't wake the girls."
Wake up, girls.
Excuse me. Don't wake up the girl. Then they're kissing. Amanda bites his lip, and he goes
ouch. And she's like,
touches his lip, ah. And she's like, sorry, was that too hard? Pause. Sunny. I was literally like, oh my god. Me off guard.
He caught me off guard. Yeah. He goes, no, do it again. I said, oh.
I was like,
Lily says do it. He's like, no, do it again. We were like, oh.
Fireboy got another side. Right. I mean, everybody, there's a general thing around the fandom that, there's no, it's either Sunny is vanilla, plain, hasn't done anything new, since he's been with Amanda, or Catholic, but has another side to him. Now we know it's that one. Sir's got a fiery side to him.
No, I said, Sunny Farisi.
Do it again. Are you
do it exactly? That's the part that really caught me off guard. He goes, no, do it again. And I said,
he's fine. He's into Amanda biting his lip while they're kissing.
Yeah, so all right now.
They literally said, Kelly's leaving soon. Here you go.
Put it all and put all the smutty rollies in as much as we can put on this TV.
On my timeline.
Nah, bro. Please, if they do on everyone. No, they do after Upstead wedding, and they hit us with that kind of
that was that level kind of stuff. But
that. They put that out there, man.
My mom was like, oh, Sunny was impressed by her. And I was like, yeah. Then it turned hot.
It turned hot real quick. And I said, oh.
Yeah. It was one of those times where I was part of me was like, release hot moment. And then the other part was, oh crap. I'm watching it with my parents.
Yeah. I was
care at the
okay.
moment.
The problem is,
No.
I was
literally like slamming my hand on a pillow, freaking out. I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah. I was laughing. I told you I could not control what what I was doing. But I was laughing and I was like, oh my god, it caught me. So I rewatched that video I sent you to me of myself to you, and I was like, what was wrong? But man. It was
okay.
Because my friend was watching it with me.
Then we go back.
Because my friend hasn't watched a lot of SV, but watches some SV. So like, it was just like, oh, and I was like, me too.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Well,
then we go back to the
like at least we know we can write. We'll have to write some early see eventually. So look, we literally have written smut for like most couples in the show, except for Elisa. We've like tiptoed around their smut, but never wrote it yet. Cause we were like,
we started it.
Yeah, and
now we need a reason. Like I don't even. I mean, I've done it solo, but we haven't done it together.
But and
now we absolutely need to, because
we'll have time soon, y'all. Yeah, so much time.
We're gonna have fun. Time. It would also be fun. I have ideas floating in my head, which I will tell you after we stop recording. Okay. Then we go back to the main story part of the episode. The party is not a work party. It's literally in a club, and they have the girl in a corner working on her laptop, because that's the kind of person she is. Even if she's at this party, like, he brought me here to work. I'm gonna work. Then we have this guy. This bartender brings over a drink, and she's like, I didn't order a drink, and she said yes, but he somebody like ordered it for her.
Yeah.
She drank it.
Don't take drinks from strangers, kids.
Don't. Yeah. The moral of the story: don't, even if somebody has offered you a drink, make sure you know who it is first. But that, with that being said, none of what happens to this woman,
it's her fault. We all blame her fault. Yeah, definitely not
at all. We find out the drink is drug. She's breathing heavily. The next scene we literally have is her on the floor, her clothes disheveled. There's a plastic sheet on the bed. Then her rapist is in the other room, scrubbing like something out of his fingernails. And she's literally like doesn't even know anything happened. She's just like gets dressed. Her clothes are still disheveled. She's walking down the street to work like any other day. And we have this guy. We later find out his name is like West 10th Wilson or something. Because he's homeless that he sees there. But like, this is what I love about what the show does sometimes. Even if like these guys are homeless, they see these women walking down the street and something's wrong, they still stop anyway, and they're like, are you okay? Like, I love that they do that. He's like, man, are you
the bystander effect. Well, they had an episode about the bystander effect, but in this case didn't.
And she literally starts gagging and pulls a piece of fabric, a thorn, out of her mouth, and then collapses. So then we get the intro, and we go back to the hospital, and Finn and Rollins are there, and Rollins is smiling, and Finn's like, somebody's got a pep in her step. And and then we were like, we know what they were doing last night. Amanda did it for Liv when Liv came in with the donuts after the day.
Yeah, it literally is like, we know what y'all were doing last night. Stop playing.
And she's like, I think somebody had a good night. And now Finn is doing it for Amanda, and she replies, I told you I had a good night last night.
We're like, oh.
Yay.
So we know what y'all were doing last night. We know what y'all were doing last night. They had a great time, apparently.
Anyway, so then we find out that the lecture like that Amanda did last night, Finn was like, they wanted Carisi to do a lecture at his old law school and he volunteers you at last minute. I'd be pissed. So let's stop there for a moment, actually. And then she says, I was pissed at first, but it was kind of fun. Then Finn replies, yeah, Professor Rollins does have a ring to it. So, yeah. So the professor theory might actually be real. And they're just putting that in the foreshadowing.
So you'd be aware of it for the foreshadowing.
But also, the fact that Fordham has seen Carisi's success and wants to bring
the part that I was like, we want Sonny to be a thing. Then he was like, actually, let my future wife do it, you know.
He's like, I'm not the right person to do this, but I know who is. Like, he knew Amanda well enough that even if, like, you know, he was pissed at first, she would do she would be perfect for it, and she was. Also the fact that like, Amanda's genuinely happy about this. Also, I'm now currently picturing, if this is true, for like Fix and just in general, because we know Carisi like has paperwork. Carisi and Amanda having a late night work session. So Carisi looking through case files and Amanda grading papers. Let that image float in your head. So cute.
I was thinking about an idea. Hold on, that was texting you. It's a good idea. It's not a sad idea. It's not an angst idea. It's a.
But like, when you said that, so cute to be like,
which is why I'm sending you this idea I had. That's why I'm trying to send you this idea. Keep talking. Hold on. I got an idea. I got an idea from this. I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, text it to me. Tell me while I keep talking. How? So yeah. Also, the fact that if this is happening, Amanda teaching at the school where her boyfriend became a lawyer.
Her future husband is gonna be a reminder. Her future husband, you just gotta make sure y'all know her future husband.
And like, future husband. We're going there.
Put that out there. It's already confirmed, you know.
Actions, literally. Amanda would be like, my husband, like, she wouldn't play this card all the time, but like she would do it like proud. She'd be like, my husband was a student here, just like you guys once upon a time. I need this. I don't care if it's written or if it's in the future when she guest stars again, which she better.
It's gonna help.
Anyway, yeah. Did you text it to me? Text it to me. Keep texting while I'm texting.
I have candy in one hand and I have my phone in the other.
Okay, well, Terryn is busy texting me this idea that I need.
There you go. I just press send. Okay. Well, yep. You said so. We gotta. Well, I just don't understand how much you like think of ideas from randomly talking to each other. Like, and Candy and my mom. She's so excited about this. Like, if you guys aren't like watching the podcast, you can see the excitement. You can't see the excitement on Callie's. The excitement on Callie's face. This is why you should be watching on Spotify. But if you're not, she's so excited, y'all. I just can't believe it. It's gonna be so good. Go right there. Wait, because I do want to find. We do need to.
We're doing something right now, but I'm making the possible executive decision that we need to take a pause on it, or actually no, finish the segment and then go write your idea because I need to go do it now. Like
now, we don't have to find. We'll have to finish this.
Not now. Afterwards, it's already having a hold on me.
Yeah. Well, after we finish recording, because we need to, finish recording, so I can edit.
Okay. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So Finn is like, Professor Rollins has a nice ring. Does have a ring to it.
Yes.
And I literally side note, Amanda rocking her plaid jacket because yes.
Oh, yeah, it was so cool. Like,
So they go talk to the victim. We find out her name is Maggie. She is literally sitting in her hospital bed working. She's telling the doctor that she tells Amanda and Finn that she told the doctor that she didn't need any cops, that she was fine, that nothing happened to her. A big thing was that she didn't need or want the rape kit, and a big thing that she says that why she doesn't think anything happened to her is that she had cervical cancer. This cervical cancer caused a whole bunch of scar tissue down there, and now she can no longer have sex. And she never got the surgery, so that she just didn't think it was a worry at all. Amanda's trying to convince her to get the kit. She doesn't want it. The boss shows up, and is like deeply concerned about Maggie. Then they're like, what's the job? Like, sorry, I was reading your text while I was speaking. But like, what's this party? How did this happen? We go back to they get like some footage or something. They go back to the precinct, and Finn and Amanda are like giving Olivia the update on this.
Yeah, Muncie comes in with her laptop. I was like, you gotta see this.
Before I forget, was Velasco in this episode?
No.
Okay, because they said like next week is a big one for him, which is fine by me. We get a big one for him next week. I'm excited for, which should be interesting.
I didn't realize he wasn't there. I didn't realize she doesn't even realize he wasn't there. So right now,
literally just hit me.
Like I'm so used to him being like, yeah, we love Velasco, but so we're really sorry you forgot him. But I forgot. Also,
yeah,
but
I'm so used to him being there that I don't think it hit me until now that he wasn't there. Anyway, yeah, Muncie comes in with the laptop. She shows them like this footage. Oh, before I forget, while Amanda was talking to Maggie, Finn was talking to the West 10th Wilson dude, the homeless guy that saw Maggie, that he gave her, telling him that she pulled the thorn out of her throat and that she was being stalked by a crow. And Finn was like, great, he's crazy. They go back to the bureau, the precinct, and they're like, all we got is that she doesn't want a rape kit, and that she was being followed by a crow. That is when Muncie comes into the precinct with the laptop with street cams that show that indeed Maggie was being followed by somebody.
By a crow.
Somebody.
Oh no, we're good. We're in order. Never mind. Sorry. We're good.
And Finn was like, oh, maybe he's not so crazy. Right now that's their lead. I forget how exactly they get Maggie to come in to talk. But she's with Olivia, and she's like asking her like anything that she can remember from that night. And she again tells Olivia that she can't have sex because of the cervical cancer, the scar tissue, never had surgery. But she was raped because but it wasn't normally, like it wasn't where her scar tissue was. They never fully made it clear
you just where
exactly it was, but there's only one other place
down there.
Down there it could be.
Yeah, so we make the assumption.
Horrible. And Olivia's like, is there anything you remember him saying? And she's like, yeah, the guy said I have a neck like a mold.
What? Mold Italian Mold.
Giant Italian name I do not remember how.
I'm sounding it out. Modigliani, I think. I can't say it fast.
But
oh well.
It was like
that word.
Moldigani, something along those lines. Fancy Italian, neither of us can say it. Moldagani,
hard words.
Jesus. Modigliani painting. Something along those lines. Girl, go Google it.
I'm
girl,
Googling.
go find the clip because like we got
we need to know how to say it because we look kind of stupid if we don't. I'm trying to find out who this man is. Also, besides Googling,
but I don't know how to pronounce it.
Modeling. If I could spell, that would also help. But unfortunately, do not have that. Play nine. I. Okay. Okay. Here we go. I typed it in Google. Maybe it'll say it out loud. Where's the speaky thing that makes you? I need the pronunciation, Google. Pronounce. Thank you. Hello?
Still here.
Modigliani.
Yeah,
that's Modigliani. Sounds right.
Yeah.
Something like that.
The pronunciation that I was trying to do says
He's Italian. So yeah, that's it.
Okay.
So she said she has a neck like one of his paintings.
Also, I'm looking at the pictures of Modigliani, whatever that artwork paintings, and I'm like, oh. I had to go do.
Does it have something to do with what happened to her later?
Hold on. This is.
Yeah, because like that big. Yeah. It will make more sense later why
it does make sense later, but I was supposed to look that up, but I wasn't thinking about that in the moment. But anyway, that's got our question answered. Sorry. Continuing on. Where are we? Oh yeah, he says that in the. And then we should label who's saying these things. I feel like I always forget who says these things, these lines. Continuing on.
Like
which people value.
Oh my god. That there was that underwear in her throat.
Yeah.
And that if you still want to do the rape kit, it's not too late. So she goes and gets the rape kit done. Oh yeah, again we said it. I think maybe we skipped ahead, but yeah, we again found out that she wasn't assaulted vaginally. They go to the back to the company and they speak to this woman. Her name is Lena Hess. She's like the main big boss. They're trying to get information from her. They're not getting anything. They get I forget who says these lines, but it was Muncie and Olivia, and I think Olivia Muncie says rich people value one thing more than money. Olivia says what? She says Muncie replies discretion.
I feel like this was the line. This might have been the line. I think this was the line because when David posts his titles of the script names, I think this was the line.
Oh yeah. And then Lena hands them her business card, and Muncie literally smells it, and she says, "Even her card smells rich."
Card smells rich, bro. There's so many good funny one-liners in SVU this season. Like that's the funny line of the episode. Even her card smells rich.
I'm a rich person. Her smells rich. Also, so they find out about these parties. Another party that is happening. They go. They find out that men can't get in the party without women, which is why the boss asked Lily to go in the first place. They go to the party, and there's this little thing between Muncie and Amanda, and they're literally like, drugs, check. Underage girls, check. Something else, check.
They list all the things that are legal about all this, and they're like, all right, now you're all.
And then Caesar's like, all right, NYPD, everybody, back away from each other. And then they show all the cops breaking into different rooms and all these different extracurricular things happening. And then they end up going literally everything. Back room. There are cameras. They literally everywhere. Filmed
everywhere, so from the bathroom, the room, the sneaky link rooms.
They had evidence, literally everything, which means they had evidence now of Maggie's assault. Olivia again talks with Maggie, and Maggie's like, she's struggling. She wants to know like who did this to her, or if they have the evidence, like the video now. And Olivia has this line. It says, "Recovering from trauma can be a full-time job." And she mentions this other thing, and she's like, and it's my job to help you do this. And I'm like, Olivia, recovering from trauma is a full-time job. You also have this job. Like,
you too.
You have 3 jobs now. Mom, recovering from trauma, pop.
Well, like, come on, Olivia.
Anyway.
You need to recover from your trauma. We're gonna have to have a discussion, man.
Like, take the words that you're saying and apply them to yourself.
That's the thing. It's like Olivia's been saying all this, like,
She gives all this amazing advice to people that she
especially
needs
recently. I'm like, man, come on.
Yeah. While we're on this topic of trauma, and what is with the behind the scenes things?
Oh, I don't want to talk about that. I mean, I know what you're talking about, but like, I don't know what you're talking about. I think we're talking about.
Are we talking about it, or are we not talking about it?
We're not talking about it.
All right, sorry guys. We'll bring it up later.
Because we'll save that because I think it's that scene you're talking about comes from episode 10, I think, and that won't be until January. So if that's what you're talking about, what I'm talking about, if we get some more like information, then we'll like talk about it. I think if we're talking about what I'm talking about, but you're texting me, we'll talk about that later. Well, not today, later, but.
All right, check your text if I'm talking about the same thing you are.
Yeah, I'm talking about the same thing you are. When we get more information, we'll talk about that. But for now, we'll keep.
It just made me think.
You probably saw it on Twitter. But if you have guys seen time on Twitter, oh well, go look. Can't tell you what it's about. Can't tell you what it's in.
Okay. Anyway, back to the story. So they're watching their footage. It's bad. Literally, there's this big, heavy-set guy over Maggie. He full on chokes her 7 times.
Yeah.
7.
Like,
So that's where the neck comment comes from, because he full on chokes her around her neck 7 times.
Literally, like it's messed.
And then we get Sunny and Amanda interrogating the guy. We get some good old fun lines because
the lawyer cop duo. Come on.
Lawyer cop duo and the I guess not so Catholic after all. Sunny saying all these lines is fun. His first one is, "You'll be in cuffs and not the good kind."
I'm like, bruh, come on, Sunny. What? I'm like, man.
Do you know about that, or you're just saying it?
And exactly. We're like, do you know, or like.
And then the lawyer says something, and then Sunny looks at him and it says, "Somebody's worried the checks won't clear."
No, that's
I can't say it like him, but it was funny. I love cocky Sunny as much as I love angry Sunny, which we get later. Then Olivia goes back and like talks to Lena, because we find out that Lena is hosting these parties.
They better bring Lena. Sorry, that's skipping ahead. It's fine.
Oh,
they better bring her back. Just saying.
Oh yeah, they should. So they literally have the conversation, and Olivia's like, "You're not the only workaholic in New York," which is because she is.
Look, man, we need some more relaxing scenes.
Oh,
just chilling.
Sorry, that was not. That was. I think that was Olivia to Maggie, and she's like, "You're not the only workaholic in New York."
Yeah.
Because the Lena stuff comes later. We get more information, and Amanda, I think, says this, that he resuscitated her again and again to keep raping her.
Yeah.
And she was about to wrap her up in plastic because he thought he had finally killed her. And then Schmidt said, the guy, we find his name is Schmidt. And he's like a timpanist in a big old orchestra. The whole thing is he's talking about vibrations and everything. He says he has a problem. He needs help. It's compulsive. connecting back to Amanda's talk at the beginning.
I bring it back around.
This is when we find out the parties are run by Lena Hess. He again says something about the vibration. Sonny's mad and leaves. Amanda goes to leave, but she turns to him and says, "Why do you find, just ask me this?" And she said, "Why do you find pleasure in choking a woman to death?" And he goes into this full-on spiel of how the vibration is different of the noises coming from a woman when he's choking them to death.
And then we're like, this is something.
It's just sick. And Amanda literally, like, you could see her face change, and she's like, I don't think that's what she thought the answer is going to be.
Like, not it.
And she's like, oh my god, you're sick. Then we have the scene where Olivia goes back to talk to Lena because she's like, your parties, a woman was raped. And Lena like explains how like she makes the rules that men can. Why do you think men can only come in with women? She literally like goes into this thing of how she's filming these men for blackmail.
Yeah, it's a power move.
Because like if any of them were like powerful men, any of them did anything that like I don't know, she found wrong, she has the film and be like, you're not gonna do this anymore because I have you on tape at my party doing such and such and such and such. She literally says if men disappear tomorrow, so would war and rape and every ill of mankind. Which honestly, fair.
Yeah, in like fair argument.
Context.
Yeah.
Fair argument in some context, but
man.
Olivia then says, no, I'm raising a son who's good and kind and thoughtful. And I was like, oh, my heart. I love when Olivia talks about Noah like that. Boy.
Yeah.
And then Lena goes for the low blow.
No, I said,
seeing there's no ring, I'm thinking there's no male example in the picture. And I was like, excuse me? First off, it does not matter if she doesn't have a ring. She's a good mom. Also
some
has
married
plenty
people
of
don't.
male examples.
Yeah, and some married people
currently
don't.
Right now. Many people don't wear rings. Also, even if he doesn't have a father, he has a male example right now. Currently, Finn, Sonny, Velasco. Yep. We are also still holding on to hope that he's talking to his uncle Rafa somehow.
Yep.
But he
has
if you want to. Male examples in his life that show him what a good man is.
Yep.
There's another one that's creeping. There's another one that's creeping into the picture, but I won't go into that right now because we have less than a minute.
The Zoom is about to go boom.
Anyway, so Sonny, Finn, Velasco. Those are Noah's examples right now.
Yeah. The Zoom's about to go boom.
Yeah, so Lena literally has it's like literally a blackmail plan.
Literally.
Plan.
Yeah, it's like a whole cabinet. She's like a whole like cabinet of recorded tapes.
Full of tapes.
It's a lot.
Including the guy she was about to buy like murder businesses with. And the judge in the trial for Schmidt, who was like,
literally everyone.
Oh no, because they arrested Lena. And
here we go. Back to work. No. Where were we?
All right.
Almost.
So as I was cut off last time,
it's like, and Sonny
Lena has all these blackmails for these people, including a judge on the trial, because she got arrested, and then they were about to like put her in trial, and Sonny's like she has all this stuff, and hosting illegal parties, etc. And the judge gives her ROR and an ankle bracelet, and I think Sonny makes a comment. He's like, what do you want to bet? One of these, the judge is on one of those tapes. type comment. So there's that. Then we get this conversation between Olivia and Amanda talking about like the case and just how crazy it was and all the blackmail that Lena has and all the men she has tapes on. And Amanda says, just glad I'm raising daughters. And Olivia literally takes a sip of her coffee and is like, thanks. And I was like, awkward, but also funny.
Yes.
Because Amanda's like, yeah, glad I'm raising daughters. And Olivia, who's standing right there, who has a son, is like, thanks. Thank you. Obviously, Amanda didn't mean it like that, but it was kind of funny.
Okay. Is this the episode where Olivia's like, how's the monster fighting going? And she's like, good.
Yeah.
Or was that last
one? That's the next thing they're talking about.
Okay.
Olivia is like, how's your fighting your monster going? And Amanda's like, it's going well. It's going better.
Like, yay!
And Olivia says, like, yeah. And Olivia says, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Okay, so teaching and being hotly intimate with Sunny. Okay.
Yeah,
and that works. Then she'll keep doing it.
Keep doing it, homie.
This is rated. Our podcast is rated mature, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. I can keep talking about this.
But I figured if we were talking about SVU, we had to make it mature. So
they literally put them about to have,
they're about to do the sheet tango or like whatever. I don't know. I think funny words for it. I think all kinds of funny words.
9 o'clock at night. They put it on TV at 9 o'clock at night.
No, we're like, oh, yeah.
Okay. Anyway. All right. Things are going well. Olivia talks with Maggie. And Maggie is like, and says, okay, we arrested Alina, we arrested your rapist. There's not going to be a trial. You're okay. Maggie says she's going to get the surgery to fix the scar tissue from her cervical cancer, but then she also asked Olivia if she can see the footage. She can see the footage. And Olivia's like, I don't know if that's the best idea. And Maggie's point is basically she wants to fill in the 8 hours that she missed because of the party. And she says, shouldn't I have a right to make sense of this in my own way? Which I think is very brave for her wanting to see the footage for her own healing. But that's not the end of the episode. Because literally, Olivia afterwards transitions and she gets a call. And Muncie is standing there in the middle of the street with Lena's ankle bracelet in her hand.
Yeah, but like, how'd she get that off?
Wow! I know those things were like supposed to be impossible to remember.
The show doesn't even explain how she got it off. They're just like, she's just like, here it is.
There's literally this cab driver is like, oh, I'm literally just taking to this lady in this airport. I didn't know she had an ankle bracelet until it was like in the back of my car. I think she slipped it off her ankle, which I didn't think was.
It's not supposed to take it off.
And yeah, it's not. It's not supposed to be able to get taken off, except by like a parole officer.
Yeah. Professionals.
And she's like, okay, where did you take her? And he's like, the airport. Shit. And then Olivia gets a call from an unknown number, and it's Lena on her private jet flying to Dubai or Morocco or what the other place
she didn't
was.
Say where. She said wherever. It doesn't matter because you're catch me.
Wherever I feel like going, and I'm like, what? We're just ending with her leaving.
Yeah.
And then we get the big. She's literally like.
She's like, you're playing with fire.
At least she literally offered to give Olivia all of her tapes.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, no, they were obtained illegally. They were obtained illegally. She kind of. Yeah, they were obtained. What? Yeah, they were taken illegally. The people didn't know they were being filmed at the party, so Olivia couldn't take it. But Lena was
Olivia was like,
basically
"You're playing
offering
with
all the
fire."
footage because she's like, she has all this footage and all these men, and imagine what you could do with this kind of footage. And Olivia's like, you have no idea what kind of woman I am. And I'm like,
Ooh,
oh,
they said they better bring this back around. Come on, y'all, better bring this story back around.
exactly. Like and then it just literally ends with Lena.
She's like, who's? Because I think it's Finn. It's like, who are you talking to? And she's like, wrong number, or something like that. And then that's the end.
Yeah.
You're like,
It
oh,
needs to come back. But also,
in the background.
Olivia talking to men and like saying all these fire lines is awesome, but there's something different about her saying it to women. Like
Sorry.
one who are like intellectually matched with her. Like Lena's pretty intellectually matched with her, yeah. And she's giving this scene like it's kind of similar to the scenes that she has with Bart, where it's like that kind of thing.
It's tasteful, so good.
Yes. All right. How many stars?
4.5. I like this one.
I say 3.5. It wasn't my favorite.
Yeah, it's not my favorite, but I like what they did with the story.
Beginning part, I give 5 out of 5. The rest
was good. The Rollins is good. I like the storyline. The fact that they made the victim, an older woman for one, because she wasn't young, like most of the people, and she had said something different about her. So I kind of enjoyed that it was something different slightly. Uh, the one-liner is fantastic. I mean, they're always good in SVU. I don't know. I like this episode. I enjoyed this one.
I have to keep moving because I am on a time crunch. So,
anyway, organized crime. Let's go. There's a lot of funny stuff in this
Blaze of Glory. Yep,
Blaze of Glory. Here we go.
This is great. They literally start the episode with like so it's a continuation from last episode.
For once, they keep a consistent storyline.
Guys who are pretending to be cops and go to people's houses and break in and rape and steal and kill. They're practicing again for their next raid. Then they transition to the organized crime task force, like infiltrating this house where Vaughn, the leader of the Robin Hoods, supposedly lives. They enter this house, and Reyes finds a pair of boxing gloves on the floor. He picks it up. We get a flashback to him living at the foster home with the foster dad from last episode, Leonard, who we find out is indeed a horrible human being. We start out with he made the boys physically fight each other with boxing gloves. Like, okay, if you're literally taking kids in to have them fight each other, you are a horrible human being. And I wish that was only it. But it wasn't, but we get more of it later. So then they get a call. Reyes gets a call, and he's like, "Hello," and Vaughn is like, "I thought you were supposed to answer the phone, Detective Reyes." And so Reyes is like on speaker. They're listening to him, and Jet looks around the room and finds his hidden camera in the chandelier. And she starts snapping her fingers, and is like, "Look, we're being recorded." Look up there. Also, the fact that the short girl found it.
Yeah,
but also, like that, Jet would be looking around for like wires and cameras and all that. Vaughn called Elliot a bald pig, which was kind of funny. Because Elliot is the one who shot Dante. Oh, that just gave me something for later. Remind me when we get to the end of the episode that Elliot is the one who shot Dante, okay?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh yeah,
I
know what you're thinking now. I thought about it. I know what you're thinking now.
You get it, but I can't say it until the end. Okay.
Now that I think about what you just said, I'm like, oh no.
Oh yeah, we got things. We got things going on.
Okay, speed.
So, and he's like, okay, so our new task is we're targeting cops now. He's literally not nonchalant about it at all. We're targeting cops. And then we see the camera pan to this wire on the floor. Elliot opens the closet, and there is a bomb in the house. Elliot's like, okay, we gotta go. And all the older cops, and I say older, like, have been cops for more than a year, start running out of the room. Jet sees the bomb. Her facial expression changes to shocked, and she slowly starts backing up. After she snaps out of her trance, she starts to run. Meaning, I don't think she's ever seen a bomb before. Or been physically close to one. Not great. Like, it's something scary for her. So she literally runs out of the house, scared about the bomb. The group runs out of the house, and Ayana immediately goes, "Where's Jet?" And Jet, yet still being scared of the bomb, still runs back in the house, grabs the camera from the chandelier, and runs out of the house. Elliot pulls her by the arm down the stairs because, the bomb is about to go off. Or so we think. Like, they're like, okay, if the house isn't in the bomb, what could it be? And then they see this like idle car there, and they're like, oh crap. The car explodes, and everybody dives to the ground. And that's like the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
So we get
like the middle. Nah.
No, we thought it was gonna be in the middle, but it's literally the beginning. So they get the title card, and we come back, and Elliot, so I had theories of who was going to protect Jet. Unfortunately, none of my theories were correct.
Sadly.
Elliot and Whelan both pulled Jet up off the ground. Elliot asks if she's okay. Jet is shaken. Like, okay, rightfully so. If you've never been in a bomb explosion before, and Ayana literally looked at her, it's like, you really stayed in a house with a ticking time bomb? Ayana cares, but also Danielle tweeted out, she's like, why does nobody listen to Ayana? Like, you're all gonna get killed. So it's that two sides of the story. And I was like, Jet is shaken really badly. She's leaning against the car, and I was like, our baby, teary-eye emoji. Elliot's checking on her again, and she's like, are you okay? And she's like, yeah. And he like walks her away, and she's like, gutsy move. She sits. And, like, she's like, her voice is quiet, and it's one tone. She's like, thank you. And Elliot says, don't have to do it again. She says, okay, and then walks away. Then we get another flashback, and they mentioned this last episode, and unfortunately, it's confirmed that it's true. They get a flashback of Leonard is angry for whatever reason, and he's taking Dante into a bedroom. Reyes tried to stop him, but Leonard slapped him instead, closed the door, and all Reyes could do was sit out there as Leonard raped Dante. You could hear in the background Dante being like, get off of me, what are you doing? All that, and Leonard is just angry for whatever freaking reason and does this to a child anyway. Why he's still a foster dad to this day, I have no idea.
Nobody was
checking. I guess it's kind of like, the SV episode. Nobody foster care. Nobody was checking. Right?
But yeah, a lot of people
for him to be doing it for him to do it this long since Reyes was a child. He's been doing this a long time.
Bad. A lot of people made a point online. Were like, why is this not an SVU episode?
Could have been a good crossover, but it
could have been a good
just saying.
crossover.
That made sense, logic. With logic and reason, it could have.
Then we get back to the bureau, and Elliot and Yana are in her office with like this other head dude and the Lillian girl or whatever.
Yeah.
Talking about the case. And the new guy literally says, why is every time a cop is being investigated or in trouble, you're involved? to Elliot, which
I said, you're right though.
It's true.
I'm like arguing with you about that one.
I don't know. Then that's the main point of the conversation. And Elliot's like, okay, we need to figure out what the hell is going on. He goes out to Jet and he's like, I got a theory because Vaughn has all these guns and shields and whatever. He's connected to cops, whether he was dropped out or forced out or was a CI or whatever. Dig into his file, see what you can tell me. And he literally points to Whelan and he's like, come on, we're going. And Whelan's like, where? And Elliot doesn't respond. And he's like, great. He's literally sarcastically, he's like, great, love it.
Yeah, that's literally how I'd be. He'd be like, and we're going. No thought.
Okay, cool. And then Yana walks out of the room and looks to Jet and she's like, okay, what did you got for me? And she says, well, nothing from such and such. And
she was like an Amazon
The camera was bought on Amazon. The video led to an unregistered, unaddressed PO box. And Ayana was like, what are you saying? She's like, Jet, in her usual monotone, sarcastic voice, says that I almost died for nothing.
Died for nothing.
We get another scene of literally just like two cops like getting coffee while they're on their break or whatever, and Vaughn drives by in a van and shoots them both. We figure out from like previous conversation that one of the cops has a 7-year-old. Luckily, they're okay. They had their best. The best caught it. They're like, did you see anybody? All that investigation. They go back to then they get a call. Ellie gets a call from Jet and she said, you should have me investigate your theories more often. But she says it slightly annoyed, slightly sarcastically, Jet's usual strike.
Yeah, how Jet is.
Vaughn got kicked out of the police academy. And another note was like, Jet looks so good tonight. It's the lighting.
She always looks so
and
good.
So Reyes is like supposed to be doing stuff for like the work.
Yeah, he takes a little detour.
He takes a detour.
Goes off grid for a bit.
He goes back to his foster home. And he had to take a moment before he went into the house. I mean, and rightfully so, after all the stuff that he went through in his childhood.
I do remember this part because I rewatched it 2 days ago.
Fighting kids, literally being outside the door while his foster dad is raping another kid.
It's like
he goes into the house and he's literally like trying to like put in like his like using his badge to get in, and he's looking
because the kid's like, I'm not supposed to let anybody in. He's like, I'm a cop, it's okay.
Yeah, the boys can't be like any more than 14 or something, which is like the age Reyes was. And he's like trying to get all this information, and he's like led into this conversation where Reyes lifts up his shirt and shows that Leonard burnt him with cigarettes when he was little, and he still has all on the side. He's like, I know about the drugs, I know about the alcohol.
Yeah, because there's another kid. There's another boy asleep on the sofa. Because he's just sleeping. He looks at the kid that's looking on the sofa because he's like a tank top on, so you can like clearly see that there's like burns on this other kid.
And then he asked the other kid, it was like a heavyset boy, younger. He's like, did Leonard ever touch him? And the boy, I don't think ever really fully responded, but he kind of like nodded a bit, but like was like kind of afraid to answer. And Reyes is like, I'm going to make sure that he never touches you or another boy again. And I'm like, ooh, we're getting like Reyes is justifiably angry.
Yeah.
It was very like Danielle tweeted out later that like Rick like something about the act Gonzalez, and was like, absolutely, he killed it in this episode. Then he hears Reyes hears creaking upstairs like he did whenever Reyes was assaulting a kid. He immediately runs upstairs thinking he's going to have to stop it. Nope. Leonard jumped out a window
he jumps and starts, and he gets in the car, and then he starts driving.
And Reyes, gets in his car and follows him because he's like, I am not letting him get away. We get transition to the police academy. Whelan and Elliot are talking to this guy. They're like, do you know anything about Vaughn? They're like, yeah. He's like, yeah, he was lazy and cocky and, all that stuff. So eventually he was kicked out. And then he's like, millennials. And he like looks at Whelan and he's like,
talk about this, like
Gen Z, proud card carrying member. Then we find out like what do you do like if like there's warnings, like well, you get reprimanded by your superior and then the guy that they're talking to. There's also this thing going around that Elliot thought stopped a long time ago, stuff like that. The stuff like this never stops. So if some of the guys in the academy find out that you're not pulling your weight, they lure you into the showers and scrub you down with Brillo pads.
I remember which ones were. Those are the metal looking, the steel wool looking ones.
Like the really pink steel ones.
Yeah, I was looking sure I knew what they talked about. Those are the metal steel wool ones.
Happened to Vaughn. That happened to Vaughn, who was sexually abused as a child. Of course, did they know that? No. Was it a good combination? Absolutely not.
Should never happen. None of that should have happened, but
it's like I thought that stopped long ago. Meaning it happened when he did it. Meaning, how many times did you do this to somebody, sir? Or did it happen to you? Type thing. I'm gonna go with the first. Maybe. I don't know. I'm going with the first. He's just the way that he's talking. He's literally the way he was talking about it. He's like, oh yeah, they lure him to the shower. And he's like, I thought this stopped long ago. I was like, okay, why do you know about this?
Yeah, we're like,
Anyway, then they're in the Vaughn is back in the his van talking to the guy, like two guys, and they're like, this is getting crazy, like this is it, we need to take a break. And Vaughn is like, nope, kills them both. Then we find out about this another guy. His name is Paul Fink, and he was another friend of Vaughn's at the academy. Side note, Belle looked good today in the red flag set.
She did look so good in that. Yes.
Elliot and Whelan have to go talk to Fink.
This seems so funny.
Like they're literally talking to him while it's in school. And he's like, you're cops. And he's like, yeah, but we're just here to talk. And Fink is like, okay. And then swings his pool cue and hits Elliot in the head. And runs. And then Whelan picks up a pool ball and chucks it at him. And I was like, first I was like, yo, he plays baseball. And then we find out that, and then Elliot's like, nice throw. And Whelan is like, not really. I was aiming for his leg. I was like, dang.
Like, oh man, we had so much hope in you. We're gonna give you like a little backstory playing baseball now.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe. I don't know, that'd be interesting.
Like headcanon baseball player? Apparently not.
We're gonna go with that now. Anyway.
It's going to be a good baseball
player. They're interrogating him outside, and I don't know if this was part of the plan to get Fink to talk or what, but literally like Elliot's like grilling into him and he won't stop. And he's about to call for a lawyer, giving them nothing. Whelan is like to Elliot, give me one chance to figure out and do this. And Elliot's like, fine, one shot, smart guy. And I'm like, jeez, I really hope this is a plan and you're not talking to your partner like that. But also, I don't have faith.
Because like I was watching because my that's how like stuff was in my throat. Watching like 1.0 and like how like he and Olivia would do that to get Perps to talk. He says some like memes like that might have pushed it a little too far. That might have a little. I'm like, that was a little far.
Okay. Sorry, I'm
degrading. Sorry,
I need to. We're almost done. Okay. So I think he Whelan uses information is like, your wife's at home, she's not happy, all that, to get Fink to talk. And they find out about this guy. His name is Nate Reynolds. this is where they're getting all the ammunition and items and everything from. So they go to talk to him, and they're like, "Do you know anything about Vaughn?" They're like, "No." He's like, "No," but he does. He says something about Elliot says something about like dirty cops and reputation, and Nate looks right at Elliot and says, "You really trying to come at me with your reputation right now?" Which is correct. Because then we get this small scene of Elliot and Whelan talking, and Elliot's like, "I guess I can't talk about dirty cops anymore," and I'm like,
"Because you are one."
Because you kind of can't.
People
anyway, we get back to the bureau, and they're doing some more research, and then Bella looks at Jet, and she's like, "Have you heard anything from Reyes?" And Jet's like, "No." And then Jet immediately calls Reyes, and she's like, "What?" Bella's freaking out. "When do you get back here?" But I love that Jet was looking out for him and didn't like.
Yeah, she's like, "Hey, come back here."
Just giving you a heads up. Get back here.
Yeah, giving Jet like friendship between her colleagues is great.
There's like another thing where, like, because Elliot and Whelan have to go find Vaughn, and they're literally sitting in this like giant, like, I don't know, grounds area. And they're literally like, Belle said to sit tight, and then Elliot's like, "Nope, we're going." And Whelan did not like that Elliot did not listen to Belle, which I love.
Literally. Yeah, we're like, come on, y'all.
Because it means even though that Whelan is Elliot's partner, Whelan knows that Ayana is the sergeant, and that if she gives an order, she has to
follow orders.
Which gives us big stuff, but I can't go into detail on that right now. Hopefully you're reading my mind.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're reading my mind with that thing. Oh shoot, I was literally writing this thing. I don't remember what it was. Anyway, they find Vaughn. They get him. They arrest him. Okay. Then we go back to Reyes. He has finally found Leonard, and he falls into his apartment. At first, Leonard's like, "I don't know who you are." And then eventually he's like, "Oh my gosh, little Ray." He is so happy to see him. Gag me.
Like this.
And he's literally talking about, I had this quote and it was probably good, but I don't remember what it was. And he says, basically he's talking about all this stuff, the boxing. He's like, it was a plan to keep us weak so we wouldn't fight back. And this is when my heart dropped, because Leonard called it roughhousing.
Yeah, it's messed up.
And he's like, "No, I know." Reyes is like, "I know about the boxing, the burn, the alcohol." And then this is the scene that like changed everything. He looked great at knowing what had happened to Manny, Vaughn, and Dante. Reyes looked right at Leonard, and he asked why, or why not me, in regards to why did he never
touched him sexually.
Why not me? And I was literally like, oh my god, this is how traumatized Reyes is.
Yeah.
He doesn't, I mean, obviously he knows, like, because he was protecting the kids, that obviously he knows it was a horror. But back then, like, a part of him, his childhood was like creeping into him while he was talking. He's like, why not me? And Leonard said, "No, not you. You were a perfect little angel. It's just even more sick.
Makes it worse.
He didn't touch Reyes because he was a perfect little angel in his eyes, and the other three weren't. So he had to do something about it. But yeah, behind closed doors, Reyes knew exactly what happened. So apparently, and we get this like information that Vaughn had kept going to see Ellie, going to see Leonard. It had all the abuse from his childhood had turned into almost Stockholm syndrome. Because he visited him like every week to be with him. That is how much the abuse affected him, that he is visiting his foster father to still do things with him.
Yeah.
It's absolutely disgusting. Not Vaughn. Vaughn had nothing, like, for everything Vaughn has done.
Yeah, he did
This
some
is
bad stuff,
something I
but
don't
this is the
understand.
cause of that. If it's very
that
traumatic
everything
to him.
Leonard did led to him raping all these women. But also, it makes me wonder, if he knew he was getting raped and doing it to all these women, why was he going back to Leonard? But then again, it's because the abuse was so much that it turned into him not thinking it was abuse and thinking it was a relationship or whatever. Also the way Reyes entered the house, because he literally was like, he started speaking in Spanish and was like, housekeeping, yada yada yada. Leonard opens the door and Reyes has a gun to his head.
Yeah.
Danielle tweeted this out. She says, "I'd be okay if Reyes killed him," and I was like, "Me too."
Yeah, we'd be fine with it. Fortunately, that's not legal. Can't do the vigilante stuff.
While they're getting meanwhile, while they're trying to get Vaughn, because they just got all this info, like Vaughn starts shooting at Elliot and Whelan almost gets shot, like it flicks off the back of his vest. Anyway, they get Vaughn. I think Vaughn ends up dead, or they arrest him.
They arrest him. He didn't die. Because he had a vest on too. Because they shot him. Because Elliot shot him, but he had a vest on, so he didn't die.
Of course, Elliot shot him.
Of course.
Anyway, go back to the apartment. Ayana did indeed find out where Reyes was, and she walked in, and the only thing she sees at first is Leonard's body, and she's like you could see the scared look on her face. She thought Reyes had killed him, and she was going to have to deal with that. No, he was just tied up, and he walks in there and yeah.
I missed the part. I missed the funny part though, man.
Do I want to know why you're dressed like that? Such a good line. Anyway, Terryn's watching Undercover Mother.
I missed the part where Sonny gets, where it's not supposed to be funny, but it so is when Sonny gets pistol whipped by Declan. And that part is so funny. It's not supposed to, but it is. The way he just like, what are you gonna do? Sorry. Anyway, distracted.
Back to the episode, because we're almost done. Yana enters the apartment and Reyes is literally just linked against the wall. This is where we find out the information, because Reyes tells Ayana that Vaughn comes there so he can be alone with Leonard.
Yeah.
Again, disgusting, despicable Leonard.
Yeah.
It was because of the abuse. Oh, and this is a big thing when Vaughn was getting arrested. So it does kind of prove that maybe he does know something, that what he was doing was wrong, even if he's going to go visit him, because he says, tell Red he was the lucky one. He was the lucky one. So unless their show decided to not say anything, we can say that Reyes was the only one that did not get sexually abused and molested. He faced the boxing and the cigarette burns and had to hear it happen, but it never happened to him. Hence why he's the lucky one. We go to the hospital. Reyes is waiting on an update about Dante. His wife shows up. It's the first time we see Reyes' wife.
Literally the fact that we've been talking about those pictures for the longest. Finally saw her. But that's not the picture.
Where you need them. Anyway.
Literally, where did they go?
Reyes' wife Tammy knows all about Leonard, and he's talking to Reyes about it. Also, the fact that Reyes told his wife about all of it. That's a healthy relationship, that he trusted his wife with it, and that his wife is helping him still go through all this.
Yeah.
And Reyes is asking about Dante. And Tammy's like, you didn't know. So unfortunately, because of his getting shot, there's a blood clot to his head. During surgery, they couldn't fix it in time. He died. Reyes starts crying because I missed this scene earlier. They had a conversation about the assaults. Apparently, Dante is mad that Reyes never stopped it or never did anything. And he's like, I'm trying to now, which is kind of like the reason why he went to go after Leonard in the first place. Reyes' last words to, Dante's last words to Reyes were done. He was mad at him that he didn't do anything. That was it. We're done. And this is a line that if you blink and miss, you won't hear it. But as Reyes is crying into his wife's shoulders, he says, I didn't get to tell him.
Yeah.
I didn't get to tell him that we had finally got Leonard.
Yeah. He didn't.
Then we get to the end of the episode. Oh, so we know this is the hospital that I was talking about. Do we know if Reyes knows that Elliot is the one who shot Dante?
I don't think so. Because
Do you know how much inner
because Reyes wasn't there. Remember, he was off of his little family vacation. He wasn't there.
But no, when he shows up, he literally sees Dante in the ground and everything.
Yeah. I don't think he knows.
Yeah. So yeah,
I think that conversation with him is
do you know how much inner turmoil that would cause?
Oh man, it's gonna be rough.
That his colleague shot his foster brother and killed him.
Yeah, it's gonna be messed up. It's gonna be real sad.
If we ever get that conversation, that's gonna be a scene that's just gonna be a lot of fire acting and a lot of yelling, and I'm here for it. Especially because Dante was not a bad man. Oh, because Dante, Reyes was even trying to tell Reyes Dante that he was gonna make sure he was gonna get out of this because he didn't do any of the rape. Because he had just gotten out of prison, all that stuff. We go to the bureau. Ayana and Elliot are literally sharing a drink because Elliot has alcohol in his desk.
He was like, she's like, I don't feel like going out because they didn't feel like going out tonight. We're not going out.
Yeah, they're like, here. And they're literally just talking about their days and how shitty things are right now and, all that stuff. Updates, everything. And then Elliot gets a call. And it's Pearl, Silas's wife. So now we're going back to the casino.
Yeah, for a second, I was like, they dropped that arc for 2 episodes. We're like, where was it?
Then we get the promo. And I really have to wrap this up because I do need to go to sleep.
Yeah, we're going to speed. Well, we have to make a new Zoom because it's on 1 minute. So hold on. New Zoom real quick. I'll just end this one so we can start the new Zoom. Okay, yeah, BRB, y'all. Yeah, gotta go. BRB. Speed run.
We're almost done. We gotta wrap this up. Okay. Where did I leave off? Oh yeah, they're literally the promo.
Yeah, serious.
Yeah. How do I say this without? Oh yeah.
Okay. So.
Oh, all that glitters. I think one of those things, all that glitters is not gold. Anyway.
You're muffled.
The mic is not working. Sorry,
you're muffled.
That wasn't good. I'm trying to fix the mic. Come on. I need the green light. Come on. Not the red, the green light. Come on. There's no light on. Come on. We have been fine this whole time. Hold on. Come on, microphone. Nope. Literally, I need the green light to turn on. Come on. You better, Mike. You better do it. You worked literally the whole time. Until right now. There we go. Got it. Green light's on. We're good. No, the green light's off.
Still muffled.
The green light was on for 2 seconds. Okay.
Green light is, you won't touch it until the promo.
What do we give this episode?
4.5. 4.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't just find a reason, but anyway.
Promo.
Go back.
Promos.
3 7. All that glitter. Okay. All that glitter.
How do I say this without calling out you know who and getting yelled at?
When did we care? Since when did we care?
Yeah, true. Okay. The promo, literally the main things that I got are there is a woman from Elliot's past coming. She is a cop. She is Italian, and he is smiling at her.
Yeah, he's
and they're going to work together for like 2 episodes.
I know, at least 2. I know of it is 2 because I heard some people complaining. They were like, she's in 2 episodes. Anyway, that's it. Let's see. My clown behavior. Oh my god, the mic. What?
And then the only other thing I got is that Jet's in a fun sweater and she's like leaning over her desk to look at something. I'm going to hope and pray it's the new woman in Elliot.
Just saying.
Sorry, y'all.
We're acting.
We're riding on this.
Yeah, we're gonna act a fool if it's true. I mean, Elliot's record with women. I mean,
like, I want the guy to be happy. I do.
Yeah, but
crappily with the way he's been doing it. Like, if this is genuine, go ahead.
Yeah, but now you're goofing off because you're, a desperate old man.
Reading.
Don't be doing all that, sir. We need you to establish some kind of healthiness in your life.
Do I remember the case at all? No, but she's coming to work for the case.
Yeah, it's something to do with the Italian mafia or something.
And the casino, I think.
I feel like Pearl maybe told Elliot something about this, so that is why it's the Italian mafia. Anyway, that's about all we know. Okay, bye.
Okay.
Next,
the Law and Order promo.
The soccer one.
No, that's SVU.
Sorry, I thought we were going.
The Mothership.
Sorry. Okay, Mothership. What happened? I don't remember the Mothership promo. I forgot actually.
Oh, a crisis consultant who's made many enemies on behalf of her clients is murdered. There's a guy that's conned a slew of rich women.
Oh yeah, I do remember the part about the rich women. It's called only 22/7 for them. It's only the lonely. Okay,
and Race and Maroon must set aside the potential damage to a witness's reputation in order to strengthen their case. Interesting.
Okay, hold on.
And then I literally was like, Price and Sale walking outside again. Yay!
Yeah, literally they're walking outside again. We love that. We love to see it. They hit him with that same that's just a very Barson thing too, though, walking side by side kind of thing. Yeah. Sorry.
SVU is the episode with the soccer guy.
Yeah,
there's like this really big soccer star,
big soccer.
Let me if I had to put this in context, of SVU context, Lionel Messi is a humongous soccer star. So it's so the soccer star in the SVU is his level popular.
Big.
The problem is this guy is a douche and he's very misogynistic and he's using his money and his power and he is basically he's raping people.
Yeah.
Let me.
Oh, okay. I was watching it one more time to make sure we got everything. We covered it all. That's about it. And it's being a big case. It gets bigger than it looks.
When the case against a popular sports star falls through, Benson digged into the Sussex past, and it said something about Velasco meets one of his heroes, which I'm assuming is the soccer star, but is disappointed. Also, if they give us I don't know, personal Velasco stuff of him enjoying soccer, I cannot wait to use that and fix. Because I like Happy Velasco about anything. Yeah. We know he likes sports because there was a scene of him and Amanda watching that fighting.
Yeah, they were watching boxing. Or were they watching boxing?
Boxing or
Tommy
UFC?
Baker, yeah.
So
Tommy Baker's hardest fight.
He likes sports and boxing and UFC. So now we know. Also, if we get Velasco in an accent saying football, the Spanish football.
Yeah.
Yay, please. One point in the episode, give that to me because I'm going to use all of this football, soccer stuff and fix. Okay. I think that's all the episode. we had to make this writing thing quick. We really
quick. I put out a chapter of Real Heroes this week, yesterday. So it won't be as when y'all look at this because that's 3 days ago. But Real Heroes, great story. Go read it. I was gonna make that chapter longer. The mic stopped working. Damn it. I was gonna make that last chapter. I'm like, why are you not working? Like literally. Okay. I was gonna make that Heroes longer, but then I decided it was long enough. But you know, that's what I did this week, and then we've been working on some like side projects. We're not side projects.
The projects we've been working on anyway for a while.
Yeah, we've been reading a lot of Sam and Nolan today, which I love.
Yes. Today anyway. Yes, we're working on today. Some alternate resistance stuff. Things. Well, we'll get ourselves together. Hopefully, we'll have the resistance at least by the new year. That's as far, at least by 2023.
That's our goal right now.
2023 is cold. 6 weeks. 6 weeks to get this to y'all. But probably most of it is a lot of it is random. It just needs to be organized, and like other stories go before it. So we have to like make sure those are done, and then we can put this out. So
okay, yeah. So I was watching the promo again. And literally like one of the SVU promo again, and one of the beginning scenes is literally the whole group is watching this soccer game, and Velasco is leaning in. He's like fully enthralled watching this game. Love it.
Yep. So anything else you want to talk about? We're trying to do like speed run.
No. I got distracted by Velasco.
Yeah, I did. I said I put out Real Heroes.
Problems, but yeah. Yeah, you released a new chapter. If you haven't read it, go read it. It was so good. I loved it so much. It was beautiful and heartfelt and heartbreaking all at the same time.
Yeah, literally. That's what I thought when I wrote it.
We are still slowly working on the last chapter of the Halloween fic, but the first 2 are out. So if you haven't read those, go read them. We are hoping to do fics for Thanksgiving and Christmas because those are my 2 favorite holidays, and I will absolutely try to get Terryn to write something with me.
Of course, I'll have time because I will have nothing but time. Well, I'll have nothing but time. So
I will figure something out. All right, I think that's everything for this week.
That's everything for this week. So, yeah, we'll talk about People's Choice. If you don't go out for People's Choice Awards, if you don't remember saying that at the beginning of the episode, go do that. I'll link it in the description of the video.
Bye.
That's all we got. Okay, bye. 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 Goodbye.